You are sitting calmly on the floor when your baby suddenly turns, locks eyes with you, and crawls forward. Without a single word, those tiny hands grip your knee and your baby begins climbing, straight onto you. You feel that warm, surprising little weight press against your chest, and something deep inside your heart simply melts. This happens at breakfast, during quiet moments, and even when you thought your baby was happily playing alone. You find yourself wondering, is your baby just being clingy, or is something much deeper happening right now? That tiny body climbing onto yours is not random. It is one of the most profound acts in development. Scientists have spent decades studying exactly this moment, and what they discovered will completely change how you see it. This powerful urge your baby has to physically reach you holds the deepest secrets of early human connection. This video reveals the hidden science behind why babies aged 6 to 12 months suddenly and urgently climb onto you. By the time this ends, you will never look at your babies climbing in quite the same way again. To understand why babies climb, science must first examine the architecture of the infant brain between 6 and 12 months. At 6 months, a baby's brain produces nearly 1 million new neural connections per second, a breathtaking biological explosion. Researchers at Harvard University's Center on the Developing Child call this the most critical window of human brain development. During this explosive growth, the baby's limbic system, the emotional control center, actively seeks regulation from the outside world. Infants cannot yet self-regulate their emotions. The caregiver's body becomes the baby's external nervous system and emotional scaffolding. This forms the foundation of attachment theory, pioneered by British psychiatrist John Bowlby, whose work was rooted in Cambridge-based research. Bowlby discovered that infants are biologically programmed to seek proximity to their caregiver whenever they feel stressed or overwhelmed. Climbing onto a parent is the baby's most direct and physical expression of this powerful, inborn proximity-seeking biological drive. Between 6 and 12 months, the baby's gross motor system rapidly matures. Crawling, pulling up, and climbing all emerge together. Stanford University developmental researchers note that when new motor skills emerge, babies immediately test them within their safest known environment. The parent's body becomes the baby's very first mountain, the first climbing structure the developing motor cortex wants to conquer. But this climbing is never purely physical exercise. Each ascent toward the parent is driven by a deep neurological need. When a baby makes physical contact with a caregiver, the hypothalamus triggers a powerful release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Harvard Medical School research confirms this oxytocin surge happens simultaneously in both parent and baby, creating what scientists call neural synchrony. Neural synchrony means the brainwave patterns of parent and baby begin to mirror each other, thinking and feeling in biological harmony. This synchronized state is measurable. EEG studies from Cambridge University show mirrored brain activity between securely attached infants and their caregivers. Before physical contact, the baby's body often shows elevated cortisol, the primary stress hormone, signaling a state of physiological alarm. Stanford-linked research found that a baby's cortisol levels drop measurably within minutes of climbing onto and being held by a caregiver. The parent's body, its warmth, heartbeat, and familiar scent, acts as a biological reset button for the baby's nervous system. This is not clinginess. It is a sophisticated, biologically engineered communication system between two nervous systems designed to work together. To truly understand this behavior, researchers designed one of developmental psychology's most powerful experiments, the still face paradigm. Created by Dr. Edward Tronick at Harvard University in 1975, this experiment revealed how deeply infants depend on caregiver responsiveness. A mother engages joyfully with her baby, then is instructed to go completely still, showing absolutely zero facial expression. Within seconds, the baby notices the change, reaching out, vocalizing urgently, and trying desperately to reconnect with the frozen caregiver. When reconnection fails, the baby's body language collapses. Cortisol levels spike sharply. The distress becomes real and physical inside the baby. The moment the mother warmly re-engages, the baby's relief is immediate and total. The nervous system floods with calm instantly. Dr. Tronick's work shows babies are not passive recipients of care. They are urgent, active participants in their own survival relationship. Think of the baby's brain during this window as a garden in its most critical early spring. Everything depends on nourishment. When a baby climbs onto you, it is reaching for the sun, seeking the warmth that allows its neural garden to grow. Each warm parental response, a smile, a hug, a gentle word, plants a seed of secure attachment deep in the brain. Developmental psychologist Mary Ainsworth expanded Bowlby's work with the secure base concept. The parent is the harbor from which all exploration begins. Babies who regularly achieve closeness with their caregiver show higher curiosity, lower anxiety, and stronger cognitive development by age 2. The climbing behavior also engages the baby's vestibular system, the inner ear's balance and spatial awareness network, developing rapidly at this age. Every time a baby climbs, shifts weight, and balances on a moving parent, the vestibular system receives rich developmental stimulation. The proprioceptive system, the body's internal map of its own position in space, is equally activated, building foundations for future walking. Cambridge neuroscientists describe the parent's body as the ideal proprioceptive training ground. Dynamic, warm, responsive, and perfectly sized for infant exploration. A climbing baby is simultaneously developing emotional security, motor coordination, brain architecture, and stress regulation, all within a single beautiful. Harvard Developmental Labs found babies who experienced high-quality physical closeness from 6 to 12 months showed stronger executive function at age 5. Executive function, the ability to plan, focus, and regulate emotions, is built partly on the scaffold of these early closeness experiences. Every climb is quietly constructing the neural architecture that will shape your baby's resilience, intelligence, and emotional health for decades to come. Now you understand the science, so what can you actually do with this knowledge starting today in your own home? First, when your baby crawls toward you and begins to climb, resist the urge to redirect. Let them reach you. Receive your baby with open arms and a warm expression. That moment of arrival is a full neurological event in their brain. Second, make eye contact the moment your baby looks at you from across the room. That gaze begins the journey toward you. Your responsive eyes signal safety before your baby even moves, beginning the cortisol reduction and oxytocin release inside their tiny body. Third, narrate the moment gently. Say, "You came to find me. Here I am." Language during closeness deepens bonds and builds brains. Fourth, create soft, safe floor spaces during daily play where climbing onto you is welcomed, encouraged, and celebrated without hesitation every day. Fifth, on your most exhausted days, remember, your simple presence, your heartbeat, and your warmth are still everything to your baby. You are not just a parent. You are the living environment inside which your baby's brain is being beautifully built, moment by moment. That baby climbing onto you is not asking for too much. They are asking for exactly what they need, and you are enough.